Last time we looked at something difficult, the root of the distortion, where it came from, why it has been so hard to see. This time, we look at what was behind it all along. Think of a prism. White light enters. On the other side, a spectrum. Every color is real. Every frequency is part of the whole. Now imagine someone points at the spectrum and says, "There is a color here that the others are missing, a color that only they can see." That is not discovery. That is distortion. The false signal is not darkness. It is not the absence of light. It is a claim about a color that doesn't exist. And once you have been told the color is there, it is surprisingly difficult to unsee it, even when it was never there. Here is what I want you to understand. The signal was not lost during episode 4. It was not damaged by what we looked at. It was not weakened by the distortion around it. It was there the entire time. Think about noise-canceling headphones. They don't create silence. They don't destroy sound. They identify the interference pattern and cancel it. What remains was always there. You just couldn't hear it through the noise. This is what recalibration feels like. Not finding something new, remembering something that never left. And here is something worth sitting with. What if 440 Hertz, the standard we all inherited, is itself a copy of a copy? Not a conspiracy, just a question. What would it mean if the tuning we accepted as normal was itself slightly off from something more natural? I don't know the answer, but I think it is worth asking. There are moments when the signal becomes unmistakable, not because something new arrived, but because everything that was blocking it, the noise, the screens, the constant demand for attention, momentarily stopped. You have had a moment like that. I am certain of it. You did not need to search for it. It found you, in the quiet, in the stillness, when there was nothing between you and what is real. No phone in your hand, no voice asking something of you, no content competing for the next second of your attention, just presence. And in that presence, something that felt less like a thought and more like a recognition. Not new information, something you already knew, something you had perhaps always known, and had simply forgotten to listen for. We live in a world that is very good at filling silence. Every platform, every advertisement, every piece of content, including this one, is competing for your attention. Some of that competition is benign. Some of it is deliberately designed to keep you in a state of reaction rather than reception. An echo chamber of copies, each one a little further from the original signal. But here is what that world cannot do. It cannot remove the signal. It can cover it. It can make it harder to hear. It can fill every available moment with noise. But the signal does not require your attention to exist. It does not need you to defend it. It does not need anyone to carry it. Truth, real signal, simply is. The interference needs something to sustain it. The signal needs nothing. It was here before the noise began. It will be here when the noise ends. And it is available, right now, to anyone willing to be still long enough to receive it. This channel is not the signal. I want to be clear about that. This channel is a compass. It points in a direction. It does not walk the path for you. It cannot give you the moment of stillness. Only you can find that. But perhaps, in reflecting on these ideas together, in sitting with these questions, rather than rushing past them, something becomes slightly clearer. Not an answer, a direction. The signal does not need us to find it, but perhaps we need to find it. And perhaps, somewhere in the puzzle we are building together, one piece at a time, the picture is already beginning to take shape. The signal continues.